Lights might be on, lights might be off, honey. What you gonna do about it? Hey my darling Lovebugs, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brianah Maybel, and if you're an oldie coming back, then what to do, what is poppin', I missed you, I love you, hello. Today's video is going to be about my experiences with dating after a massive amount of weight loss. So if you want to hear what I have to say, then just keep on watching. Okay, boo. You know, we gotta start off with some disclaimers. This video is not to make you feel bad. It is not to show you that weight loss surgery is the way out. So if you are completely new here, like I mean, you just found this video because it popped up on your suggested video list, or you were just cruising through YouTube and you were doing that thing where you fall down the rabbit hole and you just end up watching a bunch of videos like snake bite videos and all these other videos that you ain't never think you were gonna watch because you had no intention to, then I want to introduce myself. About a year and a half ago, 18 months ago, I underwent weight loss surgery. Now, if you click out of this video, that's your business, that's your tea, just click out. If you don't agree with it, just click out. We are not here, we do not spread negativity, okay? This channel is about positivity, but that's just the first disclaimer I want to put out there, is that I did get weight loss surgery. That is not a way out, okay? Don't try it. It is not a way out, because mama still had to go to the gym, still has to monitor what she eats, cannot eat the things she used to eat. Like, it is a big lifestyle change. And if you want to know more, then just search it on YouTube, or you can always go into my actual channel and see the whole playlist I have devoted to my weight loss journey. My highest weight was 260. Right now I'm sitting at 155. I've lost 100 pounds since surgery date, but 105 since I started the journey 3 months prior to my surgery. And by the way, the people who are not new, I hope you're enjoying the setup. It's not done yet, but you know, we're getting it together. All right, we're gonna make this cute. I'm trying to keep it nice and neutral and simple so that you guys pay more attention to me and not get so distracted by my background. So if you like it, just send me a little purple heart in the bottom, or you know, just say you like it. You know, you can tell me that we do. That works. When I had the surgery, I was actually not single. By that September, we were finito, done. And we did get back together, then we got back up together. It was a one and off thing. Let's just go from there. I started dating like more people around 4 months after my surgery. I think I was like 50 pounds down or such, and I was coming from 260, so I was just entering the 200s or underneath the 200s. You feel me? You feel me? When it came to dating, I was really like, part of me was excited because I watched the videos of the girls who got the surgery before me, and I was like so inspired by them and so inspired by so many got married, so many had boyfriends, girlfriends, so many had all these positive like, hey, this is what changed after surgery. And I was like, I wonder if that's gonna happen to me. Boo-boo. If you hear from my plus size dating days, ain't shit changed. We were still finessing the dating scene when we were available. Right now, I'm in a relationship, so I'm just telling you what was happening prior to my relationship. So I rejoined Tinder, I rejoined Bumble. I did all the normally doodad that I wanted to, and I will be lying if I said I wasn't a wee bit ready to do like the comparison, like activate my old profile, then make a new profile, change the name kind of a thing. But that's like playing with people's hearts. And I was like, it's like middle school. But I did go through a couple of my messages before I started, you know, dating at my current size. And I was just looking at how guys were talking to me. And it was normal to me, right? Because I haven't started anything new. I'm like, oh, he was cute. Ha, 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 blah, blah, blah. When I first started my new profile, I didn't have that many images of myself. Like, I wasn't taking pictures. Like, as I said in my weight loss videos, like I for a while did not take pictures. I did not look in the mirror. So when I actually started going out and doing things with friends, I was trying to start take pictures, but I was still kind of weird about it. And it wasn't until I took my first picture that I really seen my weight loss, and I was like, oh my god, that's me. Like, me? Who she? Who me? And it felt good. Like, it felt so good to see myself in a happy light and to see myself at where I always thought I could get, but I just needed the help too, i.e. the surgery. I dated a few guys. I wasn't dating girls at this time. I was primarily dating guys. The first thing I noticed is that my dating language changed. I knew when I was going back on these dating sites, like I was playing no games. Like, I have no time for that. Shoot fly. You ain't serious. You ain't coming at me correct. Like, you're not the perfect person for me, then please go away. If you want somebody you just gonna have sex with tonight, please go away. Like, not to say I wasn't having sex. Like, that's, girl. I'm more aware of my body. I'm more aware of my wants. I'm more aware of my time. And at the same time, I was recently diagnosed with something. So then I was very, very careful about any type of energy I put out into the world, any type of energy that I accepted from people. So when it came to dating, I had to actually have a pep talk with myself before I actually talked to these guys. It was more like a, all right, you are a queen, you are beautiful, you're everything that I normally would say, but now it was more of a, you know what, he doesn't have to know what you look like underneath your clothes immediately. He doesn't have to see your insecurity about your body because you're getting loose skin. He doesn't have to know that you were just depressed for 3 months. He doesn't have to know this, and he can't see this from looking at you, and you are still the best you've always had to offer. And I had to have a pep talk with myself. So I really applaud women who do take the plunge listening to me and go on to dating sites. But I also want you guys to be very true to yourself and not push yourself to do it because you're lonely, because you're upset, because you've recently been hurt. Like, do it at your own pace, at your own time. And if you've had the surgery, just ease yourself into it. Don't go head first and acting like a bad bitch either, because that's the wrong way to go about this shit, okay? You might look like a bad bitch, but your mentality is still the same. The first couple messages I got were very, very, very sexual. I was getting messages like, damn, you fine, damn, you sexy, how are you single, like blah, blah, blah. Like, I got those messages before, but like little few in between. Like, my inbox was flooded with like, damn, you're fine, damn, you're sexy, like, you look good, like all these different things. And I'm like, wow. Okay, well, that's a new one. Like, wow, baby boy. I wasn't primarily dating one race. I've never been the person to date one race. I dated almost everybody down the spectrum. I did see that after losing the weight, I did attract way more white men and way more Hispanic men. And I was just standing there and looking at my phone like, where's my black guys? I will say I've always been the girl who, like, I attract black guys, but I've never like overly attracted them like some of my friends. When it came to hood boys, like, I never felt, and this is at that time, like initially when I got the surgery, I never felt like I overly attracted them to where they were, you know, going the extra mile to get my attention. But baby, did that change after the first couple months. So I had pictures of me heavier, I had pictures of me smaller, and it wasn't to be like, oh, look at me now. It was more so to be like, this is all the pictures I have in my photo album, but excuse me, this is what I look like now. And in my bio, I even put that I was like 60 pounds down or 70 pounds down or 80 pounds down. So then they knew that the picture of me being smaller was not a catfish based on this is what I look like right now. It was the opposite. Like, I went from heavy to small, not small to heavy. You know what I mean? I did go through like a couple guys who were just like, why? Like, you start off sweet, like they would start off sweet and kind and special. And then you'd realize that they were only being that way because they thought that's what you wanted, when their real personality was anything but that. No, just no. Before the weight loss, I would like offer to pay a lot more frequently. It would be like, oh, I know we're going to split the bill, or let me take you out, let me take you to coffee, kind of a thing. And then I realized, like, girls shouldn't have to do that, but you shouldn't be so forward to pay your bill. That's a matter of personal preference. Shoot me if you must. But for myself, I realized I was a little bit more eager to show the guy that I was worthy and that I wasn't trying to take his money. But at the same time, I was kind of being like the product of how I was treated because of my size. When I started dating, knowing that people treat heavier people differently automatically turned me off. I realized that you can find somebody's true character when they don't assume that you were once that obese individual. I'm considered overweight now, but I was morbidly obese before. I will always and forever be a fat girl. That's all I've known for 24 years beforehand, right? That doesn't just change like that. Like, no, I will forever be a fat girl, and I will forever protect those who are morbidly obese or just like me, overweight. They would talk about how sexy my body is and how beautiful I look, but I must have been beautiful before. And when I showed them a picture, they're like, oh, you must have been unhappy. Or what made you spark the weight loss? And it's so great because you look so good. Like, they will make up any and everything to compliment my now body, but then that will make me feel insecure. And this is just something that might happen to you since you got the weight loss surgery, or if you're on your own weight loss journey. Like, it made you feel insecure because it's like, well, damn, I kind of wish you liked me before too. You know what I mean? You like me now, but what about back then when she was 260 plus size, beautiful BBW? And I still think I looked the fuck good. In my head, it was literally like, this is literally a mental game, and people need to realize that after you lose so much weight, you are still that same person, but people are going to interact with you differently, and they might trigger you quickly than before, because if they are talking about somebody who's walking down the street who was heavier, if they're talking about a girl in the bar with you as you guys are having your first little meetup, anything like that, and all these things happen, by the way, with me, like, you are going to be more inclined to be like, sorry, this date is over. You're going to be more inclined to be like, well, damn, would he have dated me back then? Or would she have dated me back then? Like, it's easy to trigger you, right? Or just me in particular. I used to go out a lot more by myself. I still will. If like my friends told me they didn't want to go out and I didn't want to go out with my girlfriend, like I would go out by myself even now. But I'm much more careful now. Like, I've literally been looking into pepper spray and like getting a new knife and things of that sort. And ladies, I do believe you always need to be protected. And you need to know your state rules, by the way. For like, if you have to protect yourself if you're ever in that thing. But in particular, it was for me, when I would go out on a date, I would park much more closer to the establishment. And that should have been something I did before, but I was just like, la, 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 like, nobody's gonna fuck with me. Like, in all honesty, let me just be real. When you are a heavy-set girl, people are less inclined to fuck with you. Look like you don't take no shit. Like, in all actuality, like a heavy-set girl, your first perceived as you don't take no shit. So now that I'm getting smaller and, you know, all that is gone, my little exterior bodyguard is gone, and I'm very offended about it. I tend to park closer to establishments or to restaurants. I tend to go to places I know have cameras, because I have already been followed to my car since surgery. This guy followed me from inside the bar all the way to like around where my car was, and I made sure I parked around more people, like I said, and he followed me all the way to the car even though I had told him I wasn't interested. This could have been a very unsafe situation because this motherfucker could have been crazy. Excuse my language. Even at work, when I park my car, I'm more inclined to park where I know there's like a herd of people than like where there's a little bit. And that's just simple safety rules. I get it. But this is in comparison to when I was bigger. Like, when I was bigger, I felt like I could protect myself. Now that I'm smaller, I'm starting to see that people try you and people are crazy. And the crazy has come out to me already with being followed, with a person like not taking no for an answer. Like, all that shit has happened already. Like, even at my job, like I've been hit on at my job worse than I was before. I put forth my best person all the time when I dated, right? I always was 100% me, always true to myself. Isn't this cute, by the way? After having the surgery, I was more in tune with myself. Like, this is what I want. This is who I want. This is where I want to go with my next relationship. This is, you know, how I want to look and how I want to dress. Like, I also had to get more comfortable with my new body. I'm still transitioning. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell my rib doll's haul. Like, I still wear screens and things like that because now I have excess skin. So even when I started noticing the excess skin was changing, like, I became more self-conscious, which is so freaking crazy. Like, you lose the weight to get more confident, and then you get more self-conscious because you're going from being, for me in particular, I went from being very solid. Like, I was a solid girl. I wasn't really jiggly. I was solid. So now I'm jiggly all over, but that's because I've lost the weight. And it's like a trophy, but it's also not a trophy because now you're dating and you have to present yourself. You know, what if you get to that point with a person and you have to present yourself sexually? Lights might be on, lights might be off, honey. What you gonna do about it? I don't know. So it was more like, all right, you have to get comfortable with yourself. Somebody's gonna see your surgery scars. Somebody's gonna see your excess skin. Somebody's gonna see your stretch marks. Somebody's gonna see your cellulite. Like, those things are now way more vivid than they were when you were solid. So I realized I became way more self-conscious with the surgery, even though I was gaining confidence with my size. So I'm happy that I'm smaller. I love that I can wear normal size clothes. I can now shop in better stores. But with dating, I'm so aware of my body that I'm making sure that my shirts flow a little bit. When before I used to wear skin tight clothes like it was nothing. Like, with dating, I was overly conscious of what I wore because I didn't want to come off too sexy now that I lost weight and look like I just want to fuck. But I also didn't want to come off like some type of, you know, nun. I don't want to wear anything too revealing because I also don't want to reveal the parts of me that I feel a little insecure about. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure you guys want to hear the tea on the men. So I went on a lot of dates with a lot of different guys. What I did realize is that the men that I was attracting now, especially with the change in my attitude, were a lot more chivalrous, were a lot more handsome. Not to say I never had handsome men take me out like I did, but they were a lot more handsome and a lot more forward with their emotions than before. They were spending a lot of money on our dates. And I was just like, you don't have to do that, sweetie. You don't have to, but you could if you want to. When it came to food, I felt Oh my God, it's so weird because they're like, let's order 2 appetizers, let's order an entree. Do you want dessert? Do you want another glass of wine? Do you want to have coffee after dinner? And I'm just sitting here like, baby, honey, sweetheart, handsome, baby, I can hardly make it through a half a glass of water and like a couple nibbles of my food. So you're ordering extra food that I'm just gonna take to work for a couple of days. I have to, you know, kind of pre-warn them before we go. Like, I don't eat a lot, and I promise you, I'm not trying to be cute. I am just telling you beforehand that my stomach can only handle so much food, and I nibble a lot. And then, you know, as I got comfortable, I had to kind of release the factor that the reason I lost this much weight is because I had weight loss surgery, and this is what it is, and this is what it does. And, you know, if ever we went out on our second, third, fourth date and I got sick, this is what I'm going through, kind of a thing. So you don't freak somebody out, because the worst thing that can happen is you're out on that date and your stomach, if you had the weight loss surgery, this is what I'm primarily referring to, but you have, like, you eat some food and your stomach doesn't agree, and now you're going to get sick, or you might throw up instantly, or you might have to excuse yourself to the bathroom and poop really quickly, and it's going to take you a while to get it out. And then you got to go back to your date and be like, yeah, that just happened. I actually have this weird, funny, freaking addiction to watching people eat. Like, I actually enjoy watching other people eat, especially foods I no longer can eat. So like, I went on a date and this guy was like, ooh, this chocolate cake looks so good. And I'm like, oh my God, you should so order it. And he's like, are you gonna eat it with me? I'm like, no, but you can totally have some. Like, I'll try it. No, and I wasn't gonna try it. And then he started eating it and I'm just watching it. I'm like, oh, that looks like it tastes so amazing. That looks like it's so good. I dated a really good group of people this time. Like, for the amount of dates I went on processing after the surgery versus before the surgery, I dated a lot of good people. And it sucks because I know my weight loss has had something to do with it, because I didn't exactly change too much from what I used to be like before. And my worth has definitely changed to me. And it didn't get increased. No, no, no. My worth decreased for a point in time because I was at a very sad state, and then I increased it myself, and I worked hard on my self-confidence and hard on what I think I deserve and who I think I deserve. And that is when everything else, like, you kind of know, changed. It made sense. So there's that. One stigma I want to talk about before, you know, I get into the rest of the video is the stigma of, would you date people that you dated before you had the surgery? My girlfriend now, that you see in my vlogs and you see on my Instagram, me and her met when I was 260 pounds years ago. Years ago, before all of our lives took off and we got to where we met up again now. So she liked me before I lost the weight, and she didn't come on to me again, or I didn't come on to her again because I lost the weight. We were always friends. We have always been friends. If we broke up tomorrow, we would still be friends. But that's one person who, after the weight loss, you know, didn't really change up on me. So why would I not date somebody from my past, especially if they liked me before? I'm actually more inclined to date somebody who liked me when I was 260 pounds versus now, because they know I probably have loose skin. They know my mentality has changed. They know I look different. For the men who I dated way before I had the surgery, there is a cutoff. After the surgery, the amount of people who came out of the woodwork saying, let's go back on a date, let's hang out, let's do this, let's do that. Like, the amount of people is sickening. And those people who didn't treat me right the first time would never get another chance, because you didn't do it right the first time. After a major weight loss, the first thing you need to do is be comfortable with yourself and work on yourself. The second thing you need to do is give people the benefit of the doubt, but also still be true to you. And I don't care what anybody says. If you look down on somebody because they're bigger, you're nasty. You're rude. You are the lowlife of the earth. And I pray that you get some healing. With dating after weight loss, I also think that it is important to practice self-care and self-love and those type of things. And I know this video probably went differently than how you guys thought was the tea for me having weight loss surgery. But in actuality, I just wanted to talk about my experiences following it, but not give you like a play-by-play, book-by-book kind of things, because I think we've grown out of that. I'm not about to sit here and spill the beans on people that I actually respect versus the people who I didn't really know, if that makes sense. There were guys following the surgery who did try me, who only wanted sex, who very much just wanted to move things very quickly so they could say they had me. There were guys who played me still. Like, I still got played. I still got played by men who obviously had a whole nother thing in their minds, but they were way more straightforward this time compared to when I first started dating again. When I was bigger, people only see me as the friend or the girl who was good enough to have sex with, or good enough to, you know, practice time with, but the girls who I actually wanted looked like this. I had to come to terms with that. Guys from my past, when I was in grade school or when I first started college, the guys who I thought were so cute and fine, who now have approached me since having the surgery, and all I can do is like make a face and be like, But when we were younger, I wasn't your type. A year and a half ago, when I was still big and you had me as a friend on here, or you would follow me on Instagram, you never left those type of comments. You never said that. You never did this. I wish I would. I wish I fucking would. They're just so focused on what everybody else in the world thinks is fine and sexy that they don't even give you a chance. I've dated very, very heavy people. I've dated people who are average size. I've dated the muscular. I've dated the lean. But I've never dated the skinny. Like, that has never happened. So coming from me, a person who will date somebody and actually look at their personality and then look at these men who approached me during this time and was like, yeah, you only want me because I look like what you want some way. Like, it affected me because it was like, why is somebody not good enough for you mentally? You can connect with somebody on a whole another level. You can catch a vibe with somebody, and the only reason you won't move forward is because you're scared of what your parents are going to say, what your friends are going to say. Please. There are people who still will like you, even if they knew you before your weight loss and they didn't do anything wrong to you. You should totally give them a chance. People are people. They're going to make mistakes. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to be aware of yourself. You have to be honest with what you want and how you want to be treated. And as you put that energy out into the world, it'll come back to you. So just take your time, know your worth, and you'll be fine. Period. All right, my lovelies, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure that you smash that like button, all right? You like, you comment, you subscribe, you tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you haven't subscribed by this time, why the hell not? You made it through this entire video. I was talking your ears off, baby. Let's just be honest. And you gonna tell me now that you didn't subscribe? That's just rude. I hope that you will be safe, you'll be happy, and most importantly, if I haven't stressed it enough in this video, if you are on your own journey, congratulations, I'm proud of you. You look beautiful, you look handsome, you are doing great, and you need to be you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!